Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
It is good to have you with us as we start this Wednesday morning on streaming. I'm Erin Hartley.
I'm Cerise Cole. There's meteorologist Jared Lansford, senior chief meteorologist Rusty Lord. Got some April showers still falling this morning.
Just kind of on and off. The heaviest, steadiest stuff's kind of done, but just a little annoying as you head out. And Jared mentioned earlier, trying to find that right setting on the windshield wipers. You think you have it, and then the rain rate will change, and you're like, what am I doing here? But 90th and Dodge right now, you can see the road glistening a little bit. Do have some light showers moving through. You don't have to worry about any of this icing up. We're right around 50 degrees. South wind at 10 miles per hour. That's going to change during the morning hours, so I'll talk about that here in just a little bit. You will see this is the expanse of rain that we have on the map right now, just really filled in over the last 15 minutes. So light to perhaps moderate rain, a little bit heavier on the Sarpy County side of things. And you can see just kind of on the north edge of this little batch here, it's filled in a little bit more Nebraska City to Auburn and Tecumseh. So that round is moving through. This is about the third little batch of this we've had behind the steadier rain. Up here, watch this. If there's going to be any thunder showers develop, models suggest there could be a couple right in here in this little line north of the Platte River on the Nebraska side. Nothing severe, but that's where you could have a couple rumbles of thunder. You got the widespread batch of severe weather down to the south ongoing. Got a couple of tornado warnings there. The bigger red boxes are tornado watches. Those are sliding off towards the east, and the severe weather today could be one for the record books. As you can see, it's a 5 out of 5 in certain areas. That is a large area of 3 or greater that includes a lot of major cities. Chicago, Cincinnati, you have Louisville, Nashville in there, Memphis included, down to Little Rock and Dallas as well. So there's a lot going to be happening across the country as that line moves to the east. This is our little batch of showers that we have this morning. Thank goodness we just had a brief bout of some severe weather yesterday. Now it's all moving off towards the east, and it'll be a little breezy. After 9 o'clock especially, that wind will kick in from the west. You got any showers spinning up to the north and out of here, and then we'll decrease the clouds into the afternoon and should be able to warm through the 50s. I think we can get very close to 60 degrees today with the west wind. Ultimately, it's going to depend on how much sunshine we can get after 3 o'clock, I think. And can we get enough sunshine before the sun starts to set? It's up near 60 degrees. Odds may be a little bit better down to the southeast, but first alert to that being better today, but it's still going to be windy. Gusts up near 40 miles per hour at times out of the west. So it'll be noteworthy today with that wind switching directions. Yesterday it was out of the south. Today it's out of the west. And it'll back off this evening. Got some clear skies tonight, and it should be a pretty quiet night. No thunderstorms to worry about tonight. A little better night's sleep if those kept you up. And we'll be down in the 30s to start off tomorrow morning, so a little chilly to start off the day there. Then Thursday late. Got some more shower potential, a high of 58 expected. You probably get through most of the day dry on Thursday. The best potential is going to be in the evening. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. And then 52 on Friday with some scattered showers moving through. Those have the potential to be a little more widespread and keep us a little bit cooler on Friday.
All right, even though we're officially now in spring, gonna still have some pretty cold mornings coming up.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to this, especially starting Saturday night into Sunday morning. And that's where the temperatures can drop off. So these are look at forecast lows over the next 5 mornings. And you can see tomorrow morning 30s, a little bit of a jump there on Friday. But it's Saturday night into Sunday morning where we'll have 27 to start Sunday, 25 on Monday. And I think we get another 20-degree morning on Tuesday. So that's 3 mornings there. If you were getting a little antsy, maybe you had cleaning things off after the blizzard and all the dirt and the gunk that it left around. You got the garden hoses out. You might have those attached to the house. I detach those and drain those for a few days. As you can see, you got Sunday morning, Monday morning, and Tuesday morning before temperatures start to climb again into the upper 60s to near 70 by the end of next week. So there's some spring out there, just got to wait a little bit. You can get some colder mornings, and actually the record low, I think we were looking yesterday, some of the record lows in early April are down in the single digits.
Oh,
so
okay.
It can happen, but
we won't complain about this.
You'll be fine.
Meantime, drivers got some wet roads this morning to watch out for.
Yeah, thankfully we're not cold enough that it's icing up or anything,
Yeah.
but it is definitely going to be a little bit slick in some spots this morning with some of that wet wetness that is around. So as you're heading out and about, be prepared for that. Be prepared for still some of those showers as well. Windshield wipers may need to get adjusted as you're heading out and about. Here's some of those showers moving through Sarpy County. This is pretty close to Werner Park, Highway 370, roughly around 120th. This is where this camera is located. You can see the rain continuing to fall at this point. So turn the headlights on. Make sure you're ready for some of that rain. You can see it's kind of enveloping a lot of the metro now at this point. So we'll be watching to see what kind of delays start to develop as we get more and more people on the roadways. We are starting to see Dodge slow down already as you're heading eastbound, approaching 156th or so. You've got a spot on I-80 as well as you're trying to exit to 144th. This is one we've seen a fair bit, but backing up onto the interstate, the right-hand lane likely going to be pretty backed up. So if you're going through here, just stay to the left and you'll be in good shape and get past that issue. As you're approaching Q in 120th, that intersection, there is that construction that's still in place just past 120th as you're heading westbound, and you can see some delays in the approach to that here in the early going as well. But zooming back out, you can kind of just get a sense of some of the scattered delays that are in place with some of the wet roads, especially wanting to watch some of those interchanges. 480 and 80, 680 and 80, those are some of the ones where we have issues. 680 and Dodge, where people maybe take the curves a little quicker than they should on mornings like this, and that's where we can start seeing our problems multiply in that kind of scenario. So just take it a little slower than usual and watch for some of that wet road situation to be something you have to deal with as we start off today.
Yeah, good advice. All right, Jarrett, thank you. Well, now to the latest results of the Omaha primary election. Omaha's voters cast their ballots to see who they want to move ahead to the general election set for May 13th.
Unofficial results show that incumbent Mayor Gene Stothert and challenger John Ewing, with a significant cushion in the mayoral race, well on their way to securing an appearance on the general election ballot. Here is Mayor Gene Stothert on the matchup.
I'd like to congratulate John Ewing on advancing to the general election, and I look forward to running a positive campaign focused on the issues that affect our citizens directly.
Ewing is currently the Douglas County Treasurer. Here was his reaction to the results.
We are very happy about going to the general election, but this is just the first half. So I'm going to ask all of my supporters and those who supported other candidates other than Gene Stothert that I am the change that they wanted to see, and I am the mayor that this city needs.
Another top candidate was Mike McDonald. New this morning, here's what he had to say when we spoke with him after we went off the air last night.
Congratulations to Mayor Stothert and John Ewing for moving on to the general election May 13th. But we've got a lot of people to thank, and we're so proud of our team and the work they did and all the people that came forward that volunteered for our campaign. We just want to say thank you to all of them.
Well, criminal justice advocate Jasmine Harris also fell short in the primary. We spoke with her earlier in the evening. This was her message to supporters.
You know, regardless of what the outcome is, stay involved in the community, stay involved with the local governments, and make sure that your voice is being heard, because that's the only way things are going to change.
The election commissioner tells First Alert 6 there are 7,000 early ballots that were returned to drop boxes, so those will not be counted until Friday.
Well, for the latest on the primary, make sure to stay with us both on air and online. You can go to our website, firstalert6.com. There you can find the full results, including the city council races, and catch up on all the coverage leading up to the election.
All right, here at the safety desk with Maria Kay this morning. It's almost gardening season, I guess it is, and it's one hobby that really has gained in popularity.
Definitely a popular one, and it can be really good for your physical health. I know your mental health too, you know, taking some time to just be with nature and everything.
Yes.
But, you know, it can definitely take a toll on your body too if you're not careful, especially if you weren't as active during the winter months. So it might sound like it's a bit silly, but
you should gradually increase your time in the yard, and that can help you build up your stamina and also focus on your form.
You want to kneel, you want to sit on a chair, you want to use some kind of stool so that you're not bending over.
So you might want to consider wearing a back brace for support if you do plan on spending long periods of time working in the yard. And it's also really, really important to listen to your body. If there are any sort of discomforts that you're feeling in your back, take a break, take some time off. And if that keeps going, you definitely want to reach out to your doctor to get some help.
And that is where it takes its toll, that lower back, as you do all that bending. So next time I do it, I'm going to stretch.
There you go.
See?
You have to let me know how it goes.
You're making a difference, one person at a time. All right, Maria, thank you. And we'll be right back.
All right, welcome back on this Wednesday morning. Time now 7:13. Taking a live look outside. You can see Midtown Crossing area on your screen, as well as the downtown skyline in the background there. A couple of raindrops could be hitting your windshield this morning. Obviously saw the big rain that came in overnight. Rain totals, I think people are curious to know.
Yeah, unfortunately, Metro kind of got shortchanged on this one. Less than a tenth of an inch for most of us.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Had some rumbles of thunder. There's a couple of spots that got some good rain, though. Let's take a look at what it looks like here on the map. This is radar estimated rainfall. Got a pretty good swath here where there's probably some 1 inch plus totals here from Columbus up through Tacoma, and another pretty good batch right there through Red Oak, Shenandoah, where you get up to 1 inch to 2 inches is what the yellow shading shows you there. But in close to the metro, you can see it was pretty light. Little stripe there, maybe got a couple, maybe a tenth of an inch or a quarter of an inch to half an inch from Valley over towards southern Washington County. A little bit more around Bellevue. You can look at some of the totals here and you'll notice, let me see here, right around the Bellevue area, and you can see some of the light rain totals. About a half an inch, the way it looks, would be the most in the metro, so many places came in far less than that. Now on the radar, you can see showers, even maybe a little thunder shower trying to develop right there in parts of the metro. No lightning within the last 10 minutes or so. But a little heavier rain showing up in a few spots as this little batch of showers moves to the northeast. Could get a few thunder showers from this little batch here as well, north of the Platte River, lifting off. But again, this is moving through. Could still have a few lingering showers all the way through roughly 10 o'clock or so as we go through the course of the morning. That little batch there, a little more development is possible. But all the severe weather's along this line into the southeast. That's where it's going today. Big severe weather day, it looks like, from North Texas all the way up into the Michigan area. It's going to be a vast expanse with a 5 out of 5 in some spots. For us, we're on the backside of this system. You got a west wind that could gust to near 40 miles per hour at times during the day, and it'll back off some tonight. So another blustery day, kind of annoying. There's those scattered showers moving through. By 9 o'clock, most of those should be north of the Platte River and north of I-80. Moving out, clouds around. We'll try to break through those clouds as we go through the afternoon, and some late afternoon sunshine sneaks us up close to 60 degrees, I think, in a few spots. So that will be where we're aiming for today with some late day sunshine. But again, the wind is going to make it feel colder than it actually is out there. And overnight tonight, things will cool off and clear out. We'll dip through the 40s into the 30s heading towards tomorrow morning. Now, some showers late Thursday to watch for. Friday, though, the late Thursday showers should mainly be in our far western counties. Friday has the potential to be a little more widespread. Notice the clouds are a lot thicker on Friday. By lunchtime, we're dealing with a batch of showers mostly to the south, and those try to spread north. And you can see how the Nebraska side ends up getting the steadiest rain out of this, the way things are looking for Friday. That's why we kept the chances fairly low. I don't think it's going to be incredibly widespread, but amongst the clouds, some rain showers keeping us cooler with a high of 52. Just going to be a struggle to warm during the day on Friday. Could have a couple of those lingering Saturday morning, and then watch Saturday night into Sunday morning. The first of 3 mornings in a row that'll likely dip down into the 20s, below 32 for a little stretch there early April.
Okay, so you're talking 20s in the morning, and I'm asking for a friend. This is not what I want to know.
Friend, okay.
Is there a chance of some more spring light? You know, some 70, sprinkling some 70s in that 10-day you got there.
You know someone who knows someone who wants some sun?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We'll get close.
Oh, okay.
Mid to late next week, I think we're going to get up there near 70 degrees. So we start off chilly next week, but we will rebound. So things are looking pretty good towards the end of next week. And even as you look towards the middle of the month, notice the warmer than average weather from our area to the west. So that should mean a lot of 60s and 70s. And it does mean drier than average, too. That's been consistent, it looks like, starting next week and maybe even the week beyond. Not a lot of rain chances, but some of that warmth that you're looking for in the afternoons. That prime time, the 60s and 70s, you can open up the windows. Maybe it doesn't get too hot, too humid yet. That's what I think we got for the middle of the month.
Sweet spot. All right.
Particularly not 50 and windy. And
you must have a lot of baseball games.
A lot.
Asking for a friend. All right. In the meantime, kind of checking back here on today. What roads could cause some delays for drivers today?
Yeah, you really want to watch, especially if you're going to be in any curves, ramps. It's some of the issues, spots that we see on mornings like this. So let me show you where we stand right now with some of that. We are seeing some of the rain in the area at this point. And as we look at the first Alert 6 traffic, you can see all around the metro, we are seeing some of that rain on some of the camera lenses. As we are looking through the area, you can kind of see that coming down, turn those headlights on, may have to adjust the wiper some. Here's what it looks like on 480, and this is as you're heading over the Missouri River, and you can see traffic is moving in an okay shape at this point. We are contending with the wet roads and also the falling rain that's out there, but we're also contending with some of those delays as you make your way back into Council Bluffs. So it's not just the rain that we have to deal with, it's also the construction that you have in place. So another morning where it's going to be slow travel for those who are trying to use that route to cross over from Council Bluffs into Omaha. 80 is moving along pretty well. It's a good option, I'm just saying. If you're making your way eastbound on Dodge from about 144th back to about 168th, we've got delays that are starting to show up in those areas at this point, and at some of these interchanges too. As you're trying to get onto eastbound Dodge, you've got lane restrictions. That includes 168th. You've got the right lane closed there, as well as 180th. You've got the left lane closed there. Now the 180th delays, at least at this point, don't look quite as bad as they were yesterday. They're definitely there. The 168th do look about the same as what we had yesterday, which caused some pretty sizable backup. So watch the rain, watch some of those delays that have started to build in some parts of the metro.
All right, be very careful. Jared, thank you. Well, happening today, a Bellevue murder suspect is set to appear in court. 26-year-old Josephine Baker faces several charges. Now, earlier this week, officers found the body of 43-year-old Jeffrey Hettinger in his home near Nebraska Drive and Kansas Drive with apparent stab wounds. The hearing is set for 8 o'clock this morning. First Alert 6 plans to be in the courtroom. Of course, we'll bring you all the latest details as soon as they become available.
New images this morning show the impact of last night's storms and that they had on southeast Nebraska. These photos taken by the Dodge County Sheriff's Office. They show trees uprooted or snapped by strong winds. You can see some of people's roofs were severely damaged with chunks of wood from their fences just thrown around.
Happening today, owners of the Crush Ultra Lounge will go before the Nebraska Liquor Commission in a bid to keep their liquor license. The Omaha City Council voted to recommend the bar's license be revoked based on 16 incidents where police had to be called into the bar in the past year or so. Of course, we'll be keeping tabs on this 10 a.m. hearing and let you know about a decision as soon as we know.
All right, still ahead, we react to some intensive circus acts. I knew I was going to mess that up.
It's a tongue twister. Find out about a new show coming to Omaha when we return. You don't have to say it. Aaron and I were saying, what?
Crazy.
I try not to be the person that also like makes fun of women's looks because society.
Well, happening this week, the circus is coming to Omaha.
It's not a traditional show, though.
Okay.
Omnium Circus features performers from 9 different countries. Now, a quarter of them have a disability. Founder Lisa Lewis says this is an inclusive show for the audiences, too. There's our audio descriptions for people who are blind, sensory-friendly acts, and American Sign Language translators live on stage. There are 2 ringmasters. One is deaf and one is hard of hearing.
Everything is possible. Our show is called I'm Possible because we are possible. And that's what we want everybody to feel.
I love it. So circus was founded in 2020. It actually started as a virtual show. One constant, Monday the Clown. Dick Monday is a Nebraska native. He was born in Columbus and attended the Ringling Brothers Barney and Balaam Clown College back in 1974. Monday says he's traveled to hundreds of cities in 20 different countries throughout that time. But this performance will actually be his first time performing professionally in his home state.
Imagine that, being able to go and share an experience together as a family. And I think we don't have enough of that anymore. You know, where can the grandparents and the little kids enjoy the same piece of entertainment? And that's why I got into clowning. It's a never-ending journey. We keep learning more. I'll learn more here in Nebraska, but I'm glad to be back.
Oh, we're glad he's back. The Omnium Circus will be performing tomorrow night at Steelhouse. The show starts at 7, and you can get tickets to the show by visiting ticketomaha.com. Maria, I didn't even know this even existed.
Oh my gosh, I know, it was amazing. So I got to speak with all of them yesterday and see a little bit of their performance too. Like you said, Cerise, they've been going since 2020, and the fact that it started off as a virtual idea, just, you know, to create some entertainment for people during the pandemic who, you know, might not have had a lot of options for them, especially, you know, that sensory-friendly performance. It's really, really cool. And now they've toured all across the country. I think they've gone to different countries too. Really, really neat to see. And that performance is Thursday night. So it was fun to see a little bit of that up close and personal too.
Have you guys been to the circus?
It's been a long time.
Really?
So.
I think maybe when I was a little kid.
I've never been.
It's been a while.
Okay.
I took my kids.
Okay,
My
cool.
grandpa was a Shriner. We always got tickets to the Shrine Circus all the time, I remember. That was in Sioux City growing up. So.
Well, we're glad this show was here.
Yeah, this will be fun to see.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Of course, you can watch our update in the Today Show here on streaming or over the air.
All right, have a good day.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley. Roads could be a little bit slick this morning. Let's get an update on traffic with Jarrett Lansford.
And you're going to have to watch for some of those areas where it is a little bit slower as a result of some of the wet roads and the falling rain that's out there. The JFK is a little delayed all the way from I-80 back down around Harrison as you're heading northbound. First alert to delays there. There's what it's looking like. You can see some of the falling rain that's in place. Headlights going to be needed even as we get more of that daylight behind the rainfall. And also looking at quite the delays as you're trying to head to 480 across the river, that extending into Council Bluffs. We zoom things out. See Dodge with some pretty sizable delays, as well as 680 as you're making your way southbound near Center. Rusty.
Thanks, Jared. You still have a pretty good expanse of rain out there that's, again, moving through swiftly. Now it's covering most of Iowa, the next batch here, and then exiting the metro. Watch for a few thunder showers trying to get going. Could be this little batch here. Wouldn't be surprised if a little thunder shower activity can get going off a little farther west as well. So you can see what we're dealing with here. Not steady, widespread rain, but some areas of showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder. This has been moving through in the last half hour, but now it's starting to fizzle out a little bit as it moves to the northeast. So this is what we'll have around the area with temperatures right around 50 degrees here the rest of the morning. And then with some clearing this afternoon, I think we can make it up near 60 degrees for the high, but it is going to be windy again today. Yesterday out of the south, today out of the west, up over 30 miles per hour. Aaron?
All right, now to the latest results from the Omaha primary. Omaha voters cast their ballots to see who they want to move ahead to the general election that's happening on May 13th. In the mayoral race, unofficial results show incumbent Mayor Gene Stothard and challenger John Ewing with a significant cushion. In the closely watched District 2 race, Ben Gray and Lavanya Goodwin currently holding the top two spots, with incumbent Juanita Johnson just behind in third.
It is 7:28. We're back with another update in 25 minutes. We'll see you then.